Writing a children's book, you know, a lot of my concepts and storylines, well, I only have 6 here, so that's a lot, I guess, with some people. Some of these storylines have come up out of thin air, quite literally, with the cloud, no pun intended. This came out of thin air. I just was thinking about mundane things in life and thinking about like what it would be like to live in the air. Like if I could personify a cloud, what would he be like? And I just started creating these pictures, and this was a very swift book, you know, drawing a cloud. Probably took me like less than 10 hours. Other books, you know, Dino. Oh, here's another one that was kind of like the cloud, just kind of came out of thin air. I was just daydreaming, and I thought about what it would be like to, you know, not really have a presence in life. And there's a lot of things out there that don't really have much of a presence, but they make up part of a bigger whole and an important whole in society. And I thought of a twig and how it creates a nest. And a lot of times people don't think about the importance of these little components in life. And I think it'll intrigue children and make them think that they are, you know, more important than, you know, just the little people they are. They hold a lot of weight in society, and they will later on. So that's kind of what Twig is about. A lot of my lessons kind of are on a subconscious level too. Dino and the Brave Little Boy is about a bedtime story that my mom used to tell my nephew. So it's a very sentimental family story, came from there. This book stems from my love of orcas from a young child. I've always loved orcas, and I'm very intrigued by them. So that one was very fun to do. And it was also, took the longest too. This one took me about 2 years, probably over 100 hours worth of illustration time. So it was very intense, a lot of intense process. Aria the Alicorn, again, it's kind of the day in the life, much like Twig and Cloud. I like doing, I like walking people through you know, the livelihoods of certain creatures and things we don't think about. And this is a mystical creature, the alicorn, and I thought, what would it be like to, you know, discover what an alicorn is like throughout the day? So I create this atmosphere in this world that she lives in, and it's really fun for kids to read and find out what that would be like. So with Ocean Bear, this is my upbringing in Alaska. It reflects my love for the ocean. I love to swim. Sometimes I feel out of place because I'm swimming in places that people don't really swim in. And I projected my life kind of onto the bear, and discovering new places and finding out things that people usually don't, because he's taking risks, you know, and that's what life is about. So this book is about taking risks and creating adventures for yourself. So yeah. Generally how I start my books is I won't come up with a full storyline. I'll come up with a concept, and I will draw like my vision in my head. I don't know what page it's gonna be or where it's gonna fit into the storyline. But I will draw the concept in my head. And let's see, with this one, this was the first picture with Ocean Bear. I thought, I want to create a story around a bear that just loves the ocean and find out what goes on from there. And I implemented salmon berries, you know, because bears love salmon berries. I love salmon berries growing up when I was in Alaska. And how cool would it be to discover an island with huge salmon berries? Like, that would be awesome on a human level. But yeah, I project myself into the bear, and I create this world where they exist. And that's the exciting part of this book. So yeah, I will create a drawing and then I will write the storyline around it. And oftentimes the drawing is in the middle of the book. It'll come into the middle, or it's in the end, or it's in the beginning. I don't know where it's gonna be, but I know I wanna create a story around it. And I would say writing books, I've realized this because I'm really into movies, and whenever I watch a movie, I love going to IMDb or Wikipedia. I'm a huge like behind the scenes nerd. Like I love to know where it was filmed, who was gonna be acting in it but didn't, but like backed out, and then another actor came in. Like I love knowing all the trivia. And anyways, likewise with movie making, it's interesting because you put so much money into a movie, say like $10 million go into the average movie, and the person who ingests your movie is the moviegoer at the theater, and they're paying $15 to watch the movie of yours. And it's all about volume, getting people to pay off like all the work that you put into it. And that's much like children's books. We put so much time and effort into these. I know other authors have as well. Like I know I have put a lot of time into these, and it'll take thousands of books being sold to pay off the time that I put into them. So it's kind of a long game situation that is being a children's book author, and I'm looking forward to where these end up 5 years from now, what hands these end up in, with, for kids not even been born yet. So that's really cool to think about. I'm writing for kids who are not yet born. So the best way that you can support my work and my creative journey is through sharing it with other people, reading the books to your kids, other people's kids, buying directly through my Etsy shop. The royalties are highest for me when people buy directly from me, as well as when you buy directly from any book author on there. Etsy is the best place to go and buy my books, and that'll help propel me forward and give me the time and the finances to produce my next books in the future.